subject. Evolution of revolution, we ain't done yet. Laying flat like Sanchez, it's a bomb threat. I know my flow like Gangozi. Source up and show me, homie. You shut up and mute up a moment. The mad scientist, I'm knowing all the components. We own it, and we gon' off it if it's pseudo. You do know we don't entertain that keyboard judo. That big Bobby banger out of Baltimore. Done it all, shop before. Sold a little something, but I taught you more than your average teacher. I had to reach you at your level to bring you up. No devil can never beat you. With precision of a magi, the information supplied by some guys get debunked online. CK and Juju, I chill in the cut. But if you boys wanna fade, then I'm chefing you up. I organize live, the beats are disorganized, truth every time. Kudos, who those niggas? Decorated pseudo killers. SpaceAgeAfricans, back again. Unorganized live, the beats are disorganized, truth every time. Kudos, who those niggas? Decorated pseudo killers. SpaceAgeAfricans, tapping in. I always been fly, that's an actual omen. You can catch me in the sky, ask Anthony Bowman. He see me with his telescope, I was actually floating off some good kush. The Sadio is actually growing. See, Gullah Gullah and Kent is where the money gets spent. Them boys got some books that cost as much as you rent. The second verse should be smash Rockwell, but I rock well. Underground like Sumerian Rockwells. In the ring like I'm the rock whale. Hell, create a different wave that can rock whales. Hell, shit swell like lunar tides. My entendres off Gandra to who describe. Euthanize foolish guys. Scholastically, haphazardly. Turn your camera on and look me in my eyes. And please do subscribe. 8 to 80, blind, cripple, or crazy. You in for a new surprise. It's DQ, a organized lie. The beats are disorganized, truth every time. Kudos, who those niggas? Decorated pseudo killers. SpaceAgeAfricans, back again. An organized lie. The beats are disorganized, truth every time. Kudos, who those niggas? Decorated pseudo killers. SpaceAgeAfricans, tapping in.
Yeah, boy. Welcome. Good evening. I know we messing y'all up. We're a little early tonight, but we're a little early because we have another host joining us. The PseudoKillas official. Everybody know him as Kick Dolo.
Peace. What's happening with you, man? What's going on? What's happening?
Just chilling. Yeah,
man. Big fan of what y'all doing over here, man. I've been wanting to, join in on the conversation with y'all for the longest, man. It's just, how the time constraints be with me. And I mean, working.
I know.
Even when I ain't working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Glad to be here with y'all, man, to kick it. I'm still getting some things together in here real quick, but yeah, man. How y'all doing tonight, man?
Awesome. Take your time, though. Get it together. You feel me? So gotta do a little roll call, and you feel me? Gotta get a few more in the house. Let everybody like and share the show. I mean, I want to start with like 50 people at least. Can we get 50 people? You feel me? That's on some scientific literacy. And let's get it in because this is the Big Bang series. And yeah, season 3, episode 2. And it's now. Yeah.
What's happening?
Starman, what up?
What's happening, Big Ant?
What it is. Peace to you, my good sister, Miss Juju.
Thank you.
My brother, good brother. Glad to have you join us tonight, brother Kent,
indeed.
aka Kick Dolo.
Mm-hmm. We gotta get all the nonsense up out of
there. Yeah. Let's get to the get back to the science.
Back to the science, right? Yeah. I'm making short about that. Let's get back to the science.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Get back to the science, you know.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, so I dropped the link in the chat. Like I said, we want these shows to be more interactive. Ronald Perkins, I see you out there. You know what it is, fam. But it's never any pressure. But if you have any questions, come up on the panel and ask the question. If you want to add something to the conversation, add to the conversation. But just know this is a PK show, so if it doesn't align with the science, we're going to correct it. Don't be offended. This is what we do, right? So yeah, that's what it is. I don't know where y'all want to start out. You want to start off with the CMB, y'all, the cosmic microwave background. Yeah, we won't start yet. We'll do a roll call. But what I did want to say about this, you funny, you Vasa truck. Let me start the chat. He's stupid. Vasa, this is because I didn't do my hair, okay? This is how you do it when you don't do your hair, but you're still trying to be cute with it, okay? Just how you needed a little bun. But so I know you've all heard us always talk about, I'm sorry, how did I include me in that? I know y'all have always heard Anthony talk about, he used one particular phrase, you can't get past the cosmic microwave background. And usually he makes a statement when we are having discussions about the age of the universe, right, Anthony? And I always hear him say, but you can't get past the microwave background when someone tries to insert some quasi new information, but it's not really scientific information, right? And says you can't get past the microwave background. Well, I'm here to tell you, I understand why he says that now after doing this research, and I've only scratched the surface, but definitely I packed that description box with some awesome links, and I'll tell you about one of them once we get into the show. But I'm definitely going to be speaking from and using that. And of course, like we started to make it regular, and it is part of the show now. We will be introducing you to two more scientists. We did one last week, Hakeem Olusie. I say Oluwas.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah, we did Hakeem Olusie last week. Shout out Hakeem if you're listening. We like you. Just give me 5 minutes. I ain't got a lot of money, but give me 5 minutes to do what I like you. Just let me ask you one question. If anybody got some hookups, holla at your girl, okay? Yeah, but we did Hakeem.
Hey, that book he got out, man. Like when y'all if anybody knows who she's talking about, man, research him, get his book. He got a biography, man.
Yeah,
man, that joint, like how he came up from where he came from. That's a very interesting story, yo. You wouldn't even think, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like when you hear the story, you wouldn't even think, you know what I mean?
Not a man of stature and all the accomplishments he made. When I read his bio last week, Ken, like he's an astrophysicist, a cosmologist. He's an inventor. He helped invent a computer chip. He done did all types of stuff. I can't remember. There was a lot, but his resume was looking like Deborah Heard's resume. Like he definitely was into some of everything, and not just I mean, what I'm trying to say is not only was he into it, but he was dealing with the application aspect of those different subjects or within the field. And I thought that was
bad.
Yeah. So
the dude got a great story to tell, that's for sure. And it's very motivating as well, inspirational.
It is. And I think
y'all need to check him out for real.
And I think since it's a lot of African American Black people, though we have others in the room, but for the men in the room, I would say 99% of you fit in that mold. So I think his story would be similar to some of the things. I'm not saying everybody, because every Black person can come up in that struggle mode. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So
right.
can't be like that. All of us ain't struggle to get it, and that's cool. You feel me? I think that's good. Peace, Sister Safa. Yeah, I had to do that, y'all. We miss her. But definitely he did. Born in Louisiana, I believe New Orleans. He went through a lot. So I feel like those who have had a similar childhood can relate. And I mean, I think it's an awesome story of resilience and beating the odds, so they say. But yeah, we trying to warm up a little bit. I know here in Florida it was raining, so I didn't get up till like 2:00, and I was like, oh darn, I gotta get busy.
That good sleeping.
So it's raining and thunder. You know how the rain and thunder. I used to like to play it as a kid, but now I got older. Boy, shoot, me and my Aunt Mildred was knocked out, chilling.
Yeah, that makes you sleep.
It was. Me too. Look, I woke up, I said, dang, I ain't know it was 2:00. Golly. I'm blame Dr. Banger for that, though. Yeah, man, you got to stop doing them 2:00, 2 a.m. shows.
Oh, man. Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, damn.
Oh, my God.
1:00 in the morning?
Yeah, boy. Oh, geez. Yeah, boy. So, I guess I'm gonna do some roll call. Y'all know I call it roll call because we started our SpaceAgeAfrican Saturday school and we got our PseudoKillas Sunday school. So, I'm gonna call a roll call for this season. Hold up. We them boys and girls. Hold up. Hey, what's up, man? How are the people?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Wonderful.
Good.
Peace to you, Ronald.
Hey, peace, brother Anthony. Kent. My favorite day of the week, so waiting for you guys to get started.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, CMB, is that Cash Money Brothers? Or is
that's Cash Money Brothers. I like that, yeah. The Cash Money Brothers.
Oh, we're on the run, G? We're on the run?
Oh, my God. What's that movie? What's that movie?
New Jack City.
No, I thought it was the other one, Okay, New Jack City it is.
Yeah, that's what it was, New Jack City.
All right.
But it was the Cash Money Brothers, the Hot Boys, was with the music. They used to call themselves CMB too.
Yeah.
I was getting it confused with another movie. It was like a comedy though. If I think of it, I'll let y'all know. Y'all got know was Chris Rock in it? This is a long time ago. I'm gonna get it.
Oh, you talking about CB4?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. Yeah, that was crazy though.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Wrong, but you know what I'm saying.
But he was in New Jack City also.
Yeah.
He was
yeah, my brain. That's what my brain is. What was it? What's that word? Put that word in the chat. Would your brain be making up stories? Incombulation or something. Confabulation. That's the word. Yeah, I just confabulate. My bad, y'all. Yeah. But thank you for being on the panel. Shout out to our co-hosts for the evening. Joining us through Killer Official, Kent Kicked Logan, Logan, and Ronald Perkins, as always. So roll call tonight. Roll call. The first one to make it to class today was Babylon Dunn. What up, Babylon? Thank you. I appreciate it. Of course, the lovely Black Panther, Miss Felicia Bennett in the building. We got Raymond. What up, Raymond? Shout out. We got Vasa. What up, fam? That you? That's my fam, my little nephew too. Vasa call him Big Head. I'd be like, don't call him nephew Big Head. We got Teddy in the building. Thank you for showing. We got Scarab Chronicles. Hey, sis. Appreciate you for being here, joining us. And I responded to your question about those AI photo editing. I hope you got it. Adobe and Canva. That's what I'll be using. Scarab Chronicles. We got Gary Barrick. I gotta say last names because we got a couple Garys. What up, fam? Thank you for joining us. We got Thurman in the building. We got Chulimwe. Y'all know that's the PseudoKillas Official. Marcus in the building. What up, Thurman again? Let me see who else. All I gotta do is say is like the show, share the show with 3 friends. Let's get some scientific literacy going on. I see you out there, Cedric. If you want to hit the panel, hit the panel. And it's never too late, Cedric. You good, but pseudo killer official Cedric Ortega is in the building. Yeah, if I miss anybody, I do apologize. Sister Safa, you know I'm finna brag on you. I hope you don't mind, but Sister Safa took on a faculty position at one of her alma maters that was in some trouble. It was a nursing program, and like lots of schools go through this from time to time, especially HBCUs. Not and probably not just especially HBCUs. HBCUs. Let me take that back, but that's the only time I ever hear it, and I find that interesting. But a lot of college programs go through some rough patches sometimes to the point they're about to lose accreditation, and that could be because of many different things. Okay. What up, Afro Ninja? I see you. Pure Black in the building, Spin Barrel. But either way, she took on the position to try to help, vitalize it. Strengthen it back up, because if the school loses accreditation, the students in that program are the ones that suffer, because if they graduate, they're not accredited. Okay. And I don't know if I don't think they can graduate. Either way, it doesn't mean anything, because you're not you didn't graduate from an accredited program. That's what happened. And that's problematic. And so after 6 months of tirelessly working, educating, schooling these students who want to become nurses, she got the program back on track. So if you see Sister Safa on the YouTube streets, which you're not, because she's around here like Dr. Maya, you feel me? In some real science, really getting into the scientific literacy as in a profession, and building others to do the same. Nurses are important. So you probably won't see her, but when you do, shout Sister Safa out and thank her for the good work she's doing in cultivating the minds of our generation to become nurses and things like that. So shout out to you, Sister Safa. We appreciate you and congratulations to you. Yeah, I got to give you your flowers. We got Spin Barrel. If I said it already, my bad. I don't want to forget nobody. Yeah, I think that's about it. Roll call. Okay, ding, ding, ding. Class in session. Let's go.
Let's get it.
I don't know. You feeling all right, Anthony?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Just had a slight little headache, but
Okay.
I got my water here, so
Okay.
I'm straight.
What up, Gideon? Yeah, hit that link. Join the panel. I want this to be exciting, informative, and interactive. Who cooking? Oh, you hungry, Vasa? Funny. My first question: who cooking dinner?
Yeah, let me know when you find them. Let me know when you find them forks, because I'm ready to eat too.
Y'all funny. Yeah, but we got some food to give you. We got a little bit of food to give you. Anyway, are we getting questions already? I am mad. I'm gonna let you have that. I don't know why you joined that Spin Barrel. I'm the student. There you go, Anthony.
Well,
Anthony, you can expound on the theory of gravity. And
it's both.
And it's only planetary and not universal.
Yeah.
Nah, it's universal. I mean, as we know of today, it is universal. And you have two theories. Well, Newton has a set of laws, that explains gravity. And Einstein put forth the theory of general relativity. And it pretty much explains gravity on a much larger scale, which is universal. And there are places where each one of them break down, like relativity breaks down when you get to black holes. And matter of fact, Newton's laws breakdown right here in the solar system with the orbit of Mercury around the sun. So both of them, they have some issues, but they're way more proofs than problems with either one. But Newton's laws, they're more for about planets, planetary motions, and stuff like that. You can use it for some stars, but as you get further out in the universe, it kind of some parts of it. And that's where general relativity came and improved on that. But you have to understand as well that Newton's laws are included within general relativity. So, yeah.
Dang, already with the questions. Hey, man, go ahead. It's all you, Anthony.
Let's see, if the Earth curves,
It ain't flat.
then the universe is flat or curved. From my understanding, the universe, I don't think they know 100% for sure. And I hadn't delved into it. I definitely don't know but it's worth getting into. And I can vaguely remember reading in some places that it's actually curved. And some people say it may be flat. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know if they know for sure, but it's definitely worth diving into. That's for sure. Because curved, I don't know. I have some issues with that. If the universe is curved, because if when we look back with these telescopes, I've heard of what they call, I think they call it the cosmic horizon, where and if there's a horizon, then whatever it is you're looking is round. You know what I'm saying? So it's little things like that, but it's hard to say what if it's curved or flat. I don't think there's a consensus on that. At least I don't know of. It could be, but I don't know of it. So that's the best I can give you on that. I don't want to say it's flat or curved. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Got it. Yeah, I retract my statement.
Hey, don't that have something to do with like whether it's finite or like infinite or finite?
I don't know, Kent, because if it's round, it can still be expanding, like a balloon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if it's flat, it could keep, because we do know it's still expanding.
It is.
And how
so it can expand either way.
At a fast
rate. You know what I'm saying? So is it expanding, flat? Is it like being stretched out, or is it being blown up? I don't know. I can't answer that. You know what I'm saying? But it is a good subject to dive into. And once we get through with this series, we'll dive into gravity and a little more stuff. But right now, I can't tell you off the top of my head. And what is this? Let's see. What is your favorite type of star? Round dogs. Yeah, they're pretty cool. But me personally, I like the.
We wouldn't be here without it. No,
well, that's true. That's true. That is true. But for me, my favorite would probably be the O-types. Or I love reading about the population 3 star. I love that. But the O-types, those are the biggest. Well, not the biggest, but the most massive.
Right.
They go through the most changes, the quickest. Like, and I guess you could say my favorite phase of it would be the Wolf-Rayet stars. Them some bad boogers. They just doing what they want to do. Yeah, you look into the Wolf-Rayet stars, they off the chain.
Yeah,
so that would probably be the most interesting to me. And then the neutron stars, which is not a star, it's the core of a star, but neutron stars are pretty dope too. Because they go through a lot of different changes, and They ain't no joke, the neutron stars. But the Wolf Red stars, or which is a phase, well, they still trying to determine if it's a phase or if it's a totally different type of star. Because if I'm not mistaken, you can't find any, is it hydrogen? I think there's no hydrogen in a Wolf Red star. So that's kind of odd, you know what I'm saying, to find no hydrogen. So, yeah, I think that would probably be my favorite one, that Wolf Red star.
Yeah, I just put this. Go ahead.
I was going to say that you guys had me thinking about the Methuselah star that you talked about last weekend, and that for me is interesting because of the implications about the age of the universe. I mean, obviously we're not going to go into that, but
yeah, we are.
But that was some good information you guys gave out last week. So I've been going back and trying to do some research on that subject. But again, good information, and that's what you guys do. You make people think and ask questions. So, but for me, that was a good information last Saturday.
Yeah, I think we are going to go into it, not so much from the stars point of view, but we're definitely going to go into, the age of the universe and why. That's why when we did that on Methuselah, we was like, yeah. Remember when we said when people are usually, making that question or trying to say, but it's older than the universe, that like they're not considering all the other factors about that star. So that becomes problematic into, trying to make an absolute statement about the state and age of the universe from that point of view. That's why we did that show, because it is an anomaly, and they're still studying it. They're still figuring things out. But again, and this is why I said in the beginning, Anthony always says you can't get past the CMB. And we're going to talk about why you can't get past the CMB, because there's a process, that happened with the Big Bang. And so the CMB is part of that process. You understand? So like I would rather take it from the point of view of something that's part of or included in the process we're discussing than something else, right? And yeah, the Methuselah star, I wouldn't say that's a good measurement, that it's not as good as a cosmic microwave background. What up? We got some more people joining. Come on in. Ken, if you hear me, the connection is bad. It fell off. Come back, Kick Dolo. For anybody else who wants to join the stage, please. But I think I only put Vyasa's question up here because Vyasa, and that's another thing. I'm just gonna go on the part of something I was reading with the sun, but the sun is actually white, which is interesting. We'll see, but it's actually a white color. That's all I wanted to say. Just stuff that I do remember. There you go. There we go.
Yeah, man, my bad. It's been a little minute, man. You know what I
mean? Had to get in the studio.
Had to get my configurations right.
I know, right? I'm working on my galactic studio. Y'all just wait till I get my SpaceAgeAfrican mic and headphones. Y'all like, I'm gonna have it coming from the ceiling, y'all. Y'all gonna be like, I know he's not.
Right. Hey, I forgot to get my damn green. What you told me to get. I just thought about it when we got on here. I'm like, damn, I ain't got it yet.
Look, that green. I mean, the real green screen might do a little better, but I'm just saying that $2 green tablecloth ain't doing too bad right now.
That's
what's up.
It worked.
It's working.
All you need it for is the green part. So
that's all I need.
That's it. As long as it's green.
Yo, you want to say anything else before we get into it? I always like to jump ahead, Anthony, get my little 2 cents in, and then I'll go ahead and let you take over.
Hey, before you get it in, I just want to say, when you're scientifically literate, you know the rest. They can't drag you down to their level and beat you up with experience. So let's get it in.
Let's get it in. It is a G type, Vasa. but I ain't gonna say nothing because I'll have to look over my notes. I don't remember a lot of stuff, so that's why I keep notes on handy. Who is that? She ain't gonna beat me, but it was Sunchild that put that quote in by Einstein. That was a good quote. I can't remember, but it's something like, just you knowing where to look for information can sometimes be better than try to memorizing it all. And a lot of studios will try to get you with that. Oh, you don't remember? Like, no, I don't.
Yeah, Einstein said it best. I think they was asking him a bunch of questions. He was like, I don't store everything in my head. Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? That's not how you do it.
That's not how you do it. So, yeah. So get out of. We say that so you won't get caught in arguments thinking that you're lacking because you can't remember everything about a subject. No, take your time and go pull up some notes so you can be accurate on what you're talking about, right? Because that's what scientists do. That's what all my professors did. And in college, I was very specific. I only took professors. I only had maybe 1 or 2 TAs throughout my whole college career. But I figure if I'm paying all that money, I want a professor teaching me every class. Okay, so I'm just saying, take out some notes and be accurate in what you're saying. Don't just try to remember off the top of your head. So yeah, I don't try to speak out the side of my neck. If I don't know it, I don't know it. That's
more about understanding it more than just memorizing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, comprehension, understanding and comprehending, what you're reading and what's being discussed. I like that. Facts. That's what sources are for. Don't overwhelm your brain. That's how people forget the grocery. You're a mess. He hungry, y'all. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think that's why we're big on that. Go ahead.
And that quote from Einstein was never memorize something that you can look up.
Say it again for the people.
He said, never memorize something that you can look up. That's what Einstein said.
There you go. I'm gonna follow Einstein. I can go and follow, the pills, the Valentines, or whoever. But I follow Einstein, and don't come at me with the pill demon. I don't want to hear that crap. Okay.
And laughing and giggling and carrying on, because when I like you say, Miss Juju, when you go back to that notepad, don't get mad when I come back swinging. You know what I'm saying? I might not know off the top of my head in the heat of the moment, but you mess around and let you get to that notepad. Oh, it's on and popping.
Yeah, but the same people criticizing you, and that's probably going to say something about me saying I'm going to go for Einstein, and our black scholars. Those are not scholars, people, first of all. Know what a scholar is, okay? Are the same people that can't name me 10 scientists. And I'm going to keep staying on y'all necks because of that. So, yeah, don't get at me. You feel me with that. And I don't care. You ain't got to memorize it. But I'm going to challenge y'all. Like, we made that quote, yes. But I bet y'all can name me 10 athletes. I bet everyone can name me 10 rappers or singers. So what's the problem with learning 10 black scientists or scientists who look like you? That's all I gotta say. But yeah, if you can point me in the direction where is the list of black scientists, I'll take that. Because I know when I made that challenge in the Discord and Sunchild gave me the list, I had to accept it. I was like, okay, fine. You feel me? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Find it. That's good enough for me. So yeah, that's our lesson for today, I guess, beyond the show. So this series, season 3, episode 2, Cosmic Microwave Background. And I see why you did it in this order because of the Methuselah Star and some of the other conversations we're saying, because I thought we were gonna do y'all, I'm trying to figure out how to say this word, so I'm messed up. Asotropy.
Asotropy and homogeneity.
And homogeneity, okay? But it's okay. Once studying the subject matter, I like that, Odio. I wish you would come on the panel 1 so you could tell me how to pronounce your name so I won't keep messing it up. And 2, just to demonstrate. But I like that. I remember I did say 10 scientists that look like you, but if it's 10 scientists, I'll take that too. It's all good. It's all good. But we done I done babbled enough, but we're gonna get into season 3, episode 2, cosmic microwave background. I'm dealing with some implications and telling you why it's important. And on the screen, this is what the cosmic microwave background looks like today. And I think that's something I'll do for you, is go through the process, or do a time scale to when we started studying this, to when it was predicted, to when it was first discovered, and go through some of the instruments. I actually have a nice picture that shows you the progress, right? From the cosmic observation background. What is it? It's called
Kobe.
I'll read it off so I can get it right. Audio, it ain't no pressure. Okay. He said he driving. So, but I'll read it off for you in the other ones, because we'll talk about the WMAP, the Wilkerson.
Yeah. The WMAP. Yeah.
WMAP. Thank you. The WMAP.
It's all good. You own it. You right there.
Yeah, boy. But I'm gonna start off. I might be doing a little readership for you all, but this was pretty awesome. And the source that I'm talking about comes from the Center for Astrophysics, which is a joint endeavor by Harvard and the Smithsonian. Absolutely love this article, even though a lot of times, I'll use space.com because it gives it clear. I couldn't get past this article. I loved everything about it. So I'm going to start from here, and I'm going to go through and read some things. You have any questions, stop me in the I want to give you a picture of what the cosmic microwave background is. Why is it's important to study this, and what tools and instruments we use to study cosmic microwave background. And there are other implications to this. Let me name a few for you real quick. Well, one that I know for sure is the implications of the cosmic microwave background and dark energy. So, as I was reading further, especially about what is this microscope called? The microscope that they have is actually called the South Pole Telescope, and this is the instrument that really gets into the study of the CMB, but also into understanding what dark energy is. Okay, and I feel like sooner than later that's going to be a topic we're gonna get into and discuss too. And especially differentiating between dark energy and dark matter, because they are not the same. So don't get that confused. Okay, they're not the same people. But let's start. So the first 3,000 years or so after the Big Bang, the entire universe was a hot soup of particles and photons, too dense for light to travel far. However, as the cosmos expanded, it cooled and became transparent. Light from that transition could now travel freely. And we see a lot of it today. This light is called the cosmic microwave background, and it carries information about the early universe. Astronomers use the patterns in the CMB light to determine the total continents of the universe, understand the origins of galaxies, and look for signs of the very first after the Big Bang.
You might have to mute. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not.
Oh, you could mute Anthony. Kent says so.
No, I just I heard a little bit.
So first, like there's no stable atom and no stable atoms existed in the early universe, because collisions between particles of light called photons and matter kept knocking electrons away. Those collisions also meant the cosmos was opaque because photons couldn't travel far. So this is why there was no light. The light couldn't travel. You know what I'm saying? It couldn't move. It was opaque. You know what opaque mean? Opaque is the opposite of translucent. You can't see. So usually when you can't see through it. What you were saying, Kim?
No, I said it was just bouncing off of. It was just bouncing.
Yeah.
The photo. Go ahead. My bad. I ain't mean.
No, you good. It was bouncing. It couldn't travel. Like the way you see light is because it's traveling, right? And things like that. So it couldn't travel, so it couldn't be seen. Anthony explained it better after I finished, but about 380,000 years, and this is the important part, Ronald Perkins, that I want you to hear. 380,000 years after the Big Bang, the expansion of the universe allowed the first stable atoms to form. That event is called recombination, and it made the cosmos transparent. The joining of electrons to nuclei produced a lot of light, which could now travel through the less soppy universe and even reach us 13.8 billion years later. Light from the recombination was very energetic, but it cooled off with the rest of the universe until it reached the microwave portion of the spectrum. This light corresponds to a temperature of 2.7 Kelvin or 2.7 Celsius above absolute zero, or a negative 455 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, we see this light as a cosmic microwave background. Because recombination happened everywhere in the universe, we see cosmic microwave background light coming from all directions. Cosmic microwave background provides the best data we have on the early universe. So I'm being redundant, but to give you the main picture of why cosmic microwave background, the study of it is so important, is because to understand, our very existence, to understand, the creation of the universe and the early universe at that, this is an important study because it's one of the first things that came out of the Big Bang is the cosmic microwave background. Before there were any galaxies, before there were any stars, anything, you have the cosmic microwave background,
If I'm not mistaken, Miss Juju, it's the leftover heat from the Big Bang. Yeah.
And I think that's another important part. So you're going to hear people mention the CMB as light, as radiation, as heat. All those, I would say, are interchangeable when you're reading about it. I'm going to do a few more minutes of readership, then I'm going to let you have it, Anthony. And I'm doing this so you all can get a picture. And yeah, I'm getting this directly. I'm not making this up, y'all. Okay, so, but I am getting this from that Center for Astrophysics, Harvard and the Smithsonian. But for me, this gave me the best picture of what was going on, and I found the explanation to be clear. But I provide lots of sources from the European Space Association, space.com, wiki, the Planck website. Like, I tried to give you sources from different academic and science institutions on the subject so you can get the different perspectives and the verbiage you use when talking about scientific matters, which I think is important so you can understand what's being said. CMB looks almost exactly the same no matter what part of the sky we look at. Remember when we talked about that, how everything looks exactly the same? If anybody remember what that is, please put it in the chat. I'll send you a cookie in the mail. If y'all remember that. The term for, I'm not going to tell y'all, I want y'all to put it, but that it's a term in cosmology. And the small deviations from the perfect sameness are called anisotropies. So I thought this was interesting. Even though everything is uniform, you do have some differentials. So the anisotropies are very important. So measuring the large size anisotropies reveals how much dark energy, dark matter, and ordinary matter are contained in the universe. The smaller anisotropies reveal the tiny fluctuations in density that gave rise to the pattern of galaxies and galaxy clusters we see today, which astronomers call the large-scale structures of the universe. Without those small irregularities, there wouldn't be any galaxies, and we wouldn't be here to observe them. Likewise, large anisotropies wouldn't produce the universe we see. The overwhelming sameness of the cosmic microwave background also tells us something about the early universe. 2 points on the cosmic microwave background on the opposite side of the sky shouldn't have almost exactly the same temperature. since they weren't close together at recombination. The most popular explanation for this is inflation. A tiny fraction of a second after the Big Bang, quantum fluctuations cause the universe to expand at an extreme rate. Points that were far apart at recombination today were neighbors before inflation. So they have nearly the same temperature. According to theory, inflation left its mark on the cosmic microwave background in the form of the twisting of light known as polarization. See all these important terms? We'll get into them. Astronomers use modern telescopes to look for that polarization in hopes of seeing the behavior of the universe when it was only a fraction of a second old. That's the readership for today. If anyone has any questions about that, or anyone on the panel want to add to that, but in pretty much a nutshell, it kind of gives you the importance of studying the cosmic microwave background and its overall significance.
Yeah, I was gonna and you right, that's actually evidence of the Big Bang. So when people are like, well, how you know it was a Big Bang? Well, because we have evidence that was predicted. People predicted this, back in the day, that one day we would find this radiation in the universe.
Correct.
I mean, but I was going to tell you earlier when you was talking about how the universe was opaque. We had like a picture where we could show them, like what you would be seeing, like if we was able to withstand the heat and we had some kind of suit on, and we could then, we could just see out into the universe. It would be like looking at like a foggy orangish color. I'm saying, like, you wouldn't see the dark sky that you see now and the stars and all of that. You would just, everything would just be like a foggy orange. And then, as the universe started to expand and that light started to being able to travel longer distances, you get it going into that red shift. So everything would start looking kind of reddish. But then when you start going into that infrared phase, our eyes aren't able to detect infrared. So that's when you start to see the black sky that we see now, or the black space that we see now. And then on until, it expanded to the point where that light stretched into the microwave, section of the light spectrum. And that's where we at now with it. And then I think hey, Anthony, when it goes further, what's the next, because, a lot of this is understanding the light spectrum as well.
Yeah. Once you shift into in the visual, it starts to shift into the red. Then you get into the microwave and the radio waves. There's a certain part of the electromagnetic spectrum that we can actually see with our own eyes. That's visual. But there's other parts of it, like you said. And on the extreme side, you have the gamma rays. Those are the most extreme.
Right.
You can't see them, but you gonna feel them. You know what I'm saying?
Are you? You're gonna be dead if you hit that, ain't you?
Hey, it ain't no joke. That's,
ain't no joke,
the extreme. You know what I'm saying? And then as you get on the other end of the spectrum, I think it may be either radio waves or microwaves, one of the two. I can't remember, off the top of my head. But yeah, those are the ones you actually can't see, but we can detect them. We have all kinds of different observatories that actually specialize in one area of the electromagnetic spectrum. So yeah, you're right about that, Doc.
I got two questions.
Just a question. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You can go ahead.
No, that's just a question. Just looking at the map that you're showing, that's a heat map, right? It's sort of showing maybe hot and cold.
It's
variation.
There's a variation in temperature, but it's very minute. I mean, very minute. But yeah, that's what it's showing, and it's the temperature of, or the remnants of the Big Bang itself. That's what the CMB is, like Ms. Juju just read.
I'm gonna give you another perspective of that, and then after we finish going through it, I'll tell you what that is too. Okay. We had a question from Joel real quick. This is an Anthony question. Under what conditions are atoms stable or unstable? And I think he's referring to heat, extreme heat makes them unstable. And when they're colder, that makes them more stable.
Yeah, it's that's pretty much how it goes. And if you really want to understand that, go back to our star series because that's
Mm-hmm.
basically what stars are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's happening, in the core.
The
There's a
fusion.
lot of pressure and heat. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
what's going on, those atoms are moving so fast because of the pressure and the heat due
Right.
to the gravity from the mass of the star. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically the same thing, just on a grander scale when you're dealing with Big Bang nucleosynthesis.
Correct.
Because these are the processes that were taking place, and then like Miss Juju said, there was a couple of inflationary periods,
Mm-hmm.
and as the universe expanded, it cooled. Now those atoms began to form hydrogen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's all about the temperature.
Mm-hmm.
And with anything, the more you heat it up, the more pressure is going to build up. You
Correct.
know, so that's pretty. Put a egg in a microwave. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
It doesn't have time to equalize the pressure, and it's going to explode.
Right.
You
That's
know
a
what
good.
I'm saying?
That's a good way to put it. Joel, the question that I asked earlier is, tell me, what is that term when, no matter where you are in the universe, everything is the same? There's a term for that. And we discussed it last week, and I was like, put in the chat. And I think, I will try to figure out a way to have some incentives, for maybe start doing some pop quizzes. So to keep you more engaged into the discussion and the subject matter. We have one more question. What exactly is cosmic microwave? Just microwave energy?
No, it's actually or radiation, or like some people say, light. But
Heat.
it's in that portion of the electromagnetic spectrum that we can't actually see, but we can feel it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's basically energy or light or radiation. You can hear it. You'll hear it called all three of those.
I like that you already answered it.
Hey,
I
about the
love
microwave,
it.
yo. Correct me if I'm wrong. My bad, Juke. My bad. Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead, Kent. Go ahead.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, think about your microwave. You turn that on and you heat your food up. You can still see your plate. You can't see that microwave, light and heat radiation
Mm-mm.
going into it,
Right.
but it's there.
Yeah,
It's
it's
there.
there.
Burning your mess
Hey,
up.
matter of fact, you know it's there because when you take that plate out, your food hot now.
Right.
You know what I'm
Or
saying?
it's crispy.
Or better yet, think about a bag of microwave popcorn. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? You put it in there, that joker flat. You can feel them seeds in there.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put it in there, you watching it, is what it's doing. It's expanding, and them
Mhm.
seeds are expanding. And it's the heat and the pressure that's causing the expansion.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take a shout out to Babylon Dunn. Y'all can say what you want, but when he on point, and he's absolutely correct when it comes to here. The cosmic background radiation can be seen on especially your older TVs. I don't know if it happens much,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
especially on your older TVs and that static white noise, aka
The whole time.
that's the cosmic microwave background.
That's
Um,
in
Go ahead. What
Hey,
you say?
you can hear it too. On your radio. When you hear that static on your radio, it's the same
Yeah.
thing. You know,
What you were
when you
saying?
get in between those stations, yeah, you can hear it. My bad. I'm sorry.
No,
I was just saying,
everybody good. Get it in.
yeah,
I'm just,
we've been hearing this since we've been kids and never really understood what we was listening to.
Mm-mm.
Joe,
Hey, didn't have a clue, dog. We was just, hey man, change the TV, man. Nobody want to look at all this static. What you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But cable TV kind of killed that. You
Oh
know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mhm. Thank you, Gary. Yeah, that me asking for that term, that would be a cosmological principle. You're absolutely correct. Yo, I'm about to get you on fries too. That's what's up, Fetty. Thank you. More one had a question. I wanted to get that question. Here we go. What is string theory's relation to the Big Bang, if any?
I don't think there's any. I don't think I know they don't coincide with each other. String theory is kind of weird because it's purely theoretical. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it matches up with the CMB as well. So it I really don't delve into it to string theory because it's got way more, it raises way more questions than it answers any, and it's hard to line up with a lot of the evidence that's already there. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they kind of saying that string theory just ain't. I don't think it's going to work out.
yeah.
I mean, if it does, maybe in the future, but I don't think. I think they kind of they kind of getting to the point where they like, nah, this ain't it.
So I think I know that we want to get into like quantum physics. What's the other quantum subjects? Is quantum something everything? But first, I think we should define them. What's the difference, or if they're the same? Because I don't even know all of it. I'm just now getting into it. But I think we were going to do that on Saturday school, talk about quantum. But I also think discussing string theory would also be another good one. Because that's what we were doing the Space Age African Saturday school for. Like when we do the regular shows, there might be some other kind of outlying questions like string theory. What is that? Is that science? Is it not science? Is it French? People really don't know. So I think more one sooner than later we'll get into that and answer all the questions for you when it comes to string theory, and basically showing the process of science. And yes, this is my spaceship lounge. I know you like it. Yes, yes, yes. Fake it till you make it. Shoot. Yeah. Can you explain the cold spot in the universe? That's an Anthony question for sure.
As far as that goes, there's not a whole lot of information. All they know is, on average, the looking at the CMB, the temperature is pretty much, like I said, it's close, but it's not uniform. But there's slight differences, very, very minute differences in the temperature. So the cold spots are kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? It's more or less they don't really know or understand why they're there. Still learning, still trying to figure it out. But you have people with different ideas and theories that are floating around out there. Some are, some are okay, some are kind of out there, like I say, but it's hard to really know facts, exactly about what's up with those cold spots. So that's, another one of those things we can dive into, But as far as, like I said, I've heard a lot of different things, but no consensus on from, it could be a spot where another universe bumped into our universe, just crazy, just stuff that's way out there.
Right,
What I'm saying?
So multiverse theory.
Yeah, like in the multiverse theory, yeah.
Oh,
it's
God.
kind of, it's crazy. But the direct answer is we don't know. But yes, they are the blue spots. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that, Gary.
Very on it. Thank you, more one, Zane and Vasa. You're right. Quantum mechanics, quantum entanglement, all those things. I feel like we're gonna do a show on it. Where you at, Fetty? I saw you in here. And discuss the differences in all those terms, or if they're actually the same. Whatever, we're gonna figure it out. Thanks for the engaging questions. This picture here is a map of the sky at optic wavelength, shows a prominent horizontal band which is the light shining from our own Milky Way galaxy. So the starry picture is the Milky Way galaxy. The superimposed strip, as y'all see, shows the area of the sky mapped by the Planck during the first light survey. The color scale indicates the magnitude of the deviations of the temperature of the cosmic microwave background from its average values, as measured by the Planck at a frequency close to the peak of the CMB spectrum. Red is hotter and blue is colder. The large red stripes trace radio emissions from the Milky Way, whereas the small bright spots high above the galactic plane correspond to emissions from the cosmic microwave background itself. So I just thought to show different versions of the cosmic microwave background and how they relate to pretty much everything in our universe would be interesting. Plus, I thought this visual was pretty dope.
Well, you know, that's what science is going to give you, Miss Juju. Great
Correct.
visuals.
Correct.
The pseudo doesn't have that. All he can do is tell you. You know what I'm saying? He just gonna tell you, and when he can't show you anything, that's when your antennas need to go up. You know, if they hadn't went up by what was said. But just always remember, like I always say, good science, you're gonna be able to produce good charts, you know what I'm saying? Great visuals, you know what I'm saying, that correspond to what you see. You know,
I'm sorry.
can't
I'm
get
laughing
past
at the
that.
chat.
Can't beat
I'm
that.
sorry. Let me go on mute. They got me hollering right now, yo.
Anthony, not only that, you're gonna be able to make predictions.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yes.
good. That's good. Fact.
Great point.
The way I always say Killer Pseudo, man, is just say, hey man, show me the evidence of how you got that. And then I show you the evidence of how they got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like they can never give you evidence for what they claim is the alternative, you know what I'm saying, explanation that they think it is. You know what I mean?
They can't ever demonstrate. They can't. That's why demonstration beats conversation. Who started that? Was it Amon-Ra Squad? I forget, but you know, that's what I use on them. Like, demonstrate what you're talking about. Show me that. Where's your evidence? You know, because science deals with the evidence. So if you can't show me evidence, then how are you proving anything? You know, that's talk. So
that's my point. And if you can't
conversation,
and if you can't show a working model or have a good working thought experiment, you know, it's you have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, like when we deal with the flat earthers, they can never show you a physical flat earth. They'll show you pictures and drawings. You know what I'm saying? Not even real pictures, they're drawings.
Same thing they say we show them.
Yeah.
Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead, finish your thought. Yeah.
Well, no, they you know, they'll show you a bunch of what I say cartoons, but I can go get you a globe and demonstrate to you all the different seasons and how, you know, we see certain parts of the sky more than we do others. And it can only be explained on, you know, a sphere. So the pseudo will never be able to do that. You know, we had, what's his name? Red pill, blue pill, whatever.
Yeah.
Talking about spirits coming from the galactic center of the Milky Way. Well, damn, dog, it's going to take them 25,000 light years to get here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the spirits that were sent to, I guess, assist the humans left before the humans was ever even evolved into humans. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Man, it's just ludicrous, you know, but like you say, we giving y'all them tools, you know, to combat that, to protect your intellectual property. You know what I'm saying?
Here go an example of the prediction. Like we just had a solar eclipse, like what, a month or two ago, right? And so you can predict things with our model of the universe in the solar system and the Earth, but you can't predict nothing with the flat Earth model or whatever they conjure up. You can't predict where the moon gonna be at at 7:00 p.m. on Friday night, Friday evening. You know what I mean?
Nope.
But with our, physics and how we say that everything work, you got an app that can actually show you at what point this planetary body or this moon or this sun is going to be at in the sky right now. So I mean,
facts.
And another thing good science brings you is byproducts there, brother Ken. Good point. Great point.
Yeah. Yeah, boy, I like it when we got more co-hosts. Yeah. I could just sit back and drive. But we're gonna take a quick break. We can call it a cash app break. Y'all can hit them cash apps, whatever one you choose to hit, but also because we love the music that he is, graced us with. And he's got some enterprises, because he is raising a family, a young man. I call him my nephew. We're just going to take a little break, give you a little music, and we'll be right back. Just a quick 3 minutes. But in the meantime, like this show, share this show with 3 friends. Yeah, so when we come back, I want to see 50 people in here. Let's get it going. Cause I'm gonna make a microwave background because this is the Big Bang series with PseudoKillas. Let go.
Let's talk money. Let's talk money. Let's talk money. Let's talk money. Let's talk money.
Hey.
Let's talk money.
Yeah.
Let's talk money. Let's talk money.
Yeah.
Let's
Check.
talk money. Let's
Look.
talk money.
Paper chasing, racing to $1 million. Why you out here faking for 1 million followers? Hit the liquor store, baby, refill the bottle. So we're getting throw from a Brazilian model. That's me. Can't copy my steps, baby. I'm hard to follow. Lost City of Gold, Dallas, Eldorado. 4 or 5 packs, we gon' mix and match it. Vacuum to the one, then we send the package. Alright, incentivize. How my inner thoughts turn to an enterprise. Easy to enter her inner thighs. Boy, she hypnotized. Sadly mistaken, I've been a vibe. Plus I'm monetized. 50 to 20, 10 to the 5s. Yeah, I need a 9. Gunning folk. Type of shit that ain't never been done before. Yeah, my niggas humble, but we ain't busted your bubble though. If the conversation is paper, then pimpin', let me know. Got 2 P's left and they getting dressed and about to go.
Let's talk money. Let's talk money. Let's talk money. Let's talk money. Let's talk money.
Yeah.
Let's talk money.
Kill with a deal.
Let's talk money.
Run the game. Gold medal game.
Let's talk money.
Olympic shit.
Let's talk money. Let's talk money.
Stacking guap, I'm running your weed man house. Jackpot, understand everything I'm saying, go like Kakarot. The young nigga that ran the streets and ran the game, now ran his mouth. Ask him who the king like Arthur, they gon' say Camelot. And I don't need no other body. Get the product, make a profit. Get that cash cams, a cash cow, that's what they utter about me. Feel like Black Sam, how I got hustle, keep my brothers by me. Yes, ma'am, the only thing I'll tell my mommy. 2 clap like Bravo, shades black as Johnny. Cage on the quest to get paid, you can ask about me. Stuck in artist ways, draw the pistol to erase somebody. Cops that had to trace your body. Money, moolah, mozzarella, only way to make it out you. If you want it, come get it. It's 2-0, but I let you get the cutie for $750, cause you my bro. 28 and you can get a whole P, and that's for the low. Spend your money, hit the dough, and don't call till you need some more on the real.
Let's talk money. 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 Let's talk money.
Yeah, DQ Hampton. Shout out to DQ Hampton. We always appreciate you. For real, for real.
That's facts, that Miss Juju. That boy, that hot. That DQ be going in.
Yeah, and
DQ be going in.
I actually like that cut right there. That song got mad energy to it. So I think that song's pretty dope. Yeah, give me y'all a little flavor. We know how to do it. And giving us a little we talk a lot. I know I talk a lot. So giving us a little water break. You feel me? Or whatnot. Get our thoughts together. All different kind of things. Ronald, do you have anything to say or add or any questions so far on the information we get heard? Because I think we'll get into the history, like when the cosmic microwave background was detected and some of the instruments used on this next segment. But before I go into that,
just maybe one question. So
take your time.
If I understand what you were saying, Juju, at the beginning of the program, so at the beginning of the Big Bang, everything was compressed into this very small. I want to call it a singularity, but I'm not sure if that's the right word. But in any case, it was very hot, maybe billions of Kelvin, very, very, very hot. And then when the Big Bang started, when it happened, there was a period of inflation. And then after inflation, everything started to cool off. And it went from being billions of degrees. This is what I'm trying to understand. It went from being billions of degrees to where it is now at the 2.7 degrees Kelvin in a matter of maybe 400,000 years. Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to understand that.
Yes, it's somewhat, it as the expansion started, the cooling started. And then you had, like we were just speaking on the other night, that first, it's a lot went on in the very first second. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot. And then when you bump it up, to like, I think they go up to like 10 minutes and then like 17 minutes and, so forth and so on. But the whole time the universe is cooling. So there's different things are starting to happen. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, me personally, I stop at the CMB. That's my stop sign, or either that's what my starting point, one of the two, whichever way you want to look at it. Brendan is the one who can really, really. We need to get him on this for real when we get into the
10 to the negative 26 or how many other seconds?
10 to the negative 43 is where they at right now.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I say, big ups to Brendan because that's his wheelhouse right there. You know what I'm saying? He really got that part down pat. But yeah, just to answer your question, Ron, yeah, it was very, very hot, very, very hot. And it, during those expansion periods, it was cooling. And there are what they call inflationary. I think it's the inflation theory or something like that. And I believe the cat, you can look into the one behind it. His name is Alan Goff, Goth. I believe that's how you spell it.
Okay.
But yeah, he's the one who brought forth the inflationary theory, and so far it's holding up. But yeah, it was cooling the whole time, and like Miss Juju was explaining, you had that opaque cloud. Well, it was still, warm, but once it reached a certain cooling point, then the hydrogen and the helium, those things started to form, started to take place. And then that's where the CMB begins to, rear up. So it was cooling the whole time though, Ronald.
Okay. Thank you.
Kent, anything you like to say before I go into some of the tools used in, how the CMB was even
accidentally discovered.
Yeah, for real though.
I just it's crazy how science works sometimes, man. I know you probably about to go into it though. You know how some people over here was trying to figure out a whole nother problem and ran into the answer for what these guys 30 miles away was trying to figure out.
Correct.
For the longest, you know what I mean? They made a amazing discovery that went down in history books by accident. That these guys were trying to find that was actually looking for this. But go ahead.
Correct.
Yeah,
and Miss Juju talked about that. You know, a lot of these discoveries, what you say, Miss Juju, that's serendipity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just you're doing something else. Like you say, Kent, they were trying to find better ways to to send communications through the airwaves.
Yeah.
And everywhere they pointed their instrument, they getting the same signal. Like, damn, what is this? They even thought it was bird poopings inside of the instrument that was causing the problem. Didn't have a clue what it was. And it was a group cross town, like you say, happened to see some results. Like, hold on, wait a minute.
Right.
This is big. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it happens. You know, that's how a lot of this stuff happens.
And it was predicted. That's why they was even looking for, because it was predicted long ago that that's what they should find when they, you know what I mean? If everything
in general relativity. It was predicted in general relativity.
It was predicted in general relativity, and then I guess the extension of that came in 1948. I'm finna do y'all some quick readership though. Give y'all some names, but and this is for the audience in particularly because I know we're kind of aware of what's going on with the cosmic microwave background. But I'm gonna tell y'all, Einstein was a bad man. Don't sleep on him.
Yeah.
And I think he should be revisited. You know, even for me, I'm going to go back and look at all his predictions because some things, you know what I'm saying, he really almost figured out. Other things were just mere predictions, and some things he never thought that we would ever find out, figure out, or see. And those things are actually becoming reality. So I just find that extraordinary.
That you're absolutely right, Miss Juju. And when I'm gonna give you a little a caveat on.
Go ahead.
When you get into it, when you start looking, especially general relativity, you want to think of the universe as a fabric. You know what I'm saying? And if you can put the universe into that perspective, then you'll have a better understanding of what's going on in general relativity. But think of it as time and space woven together to make a big piece of fabric.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Lines going one way at a time and the lines crossing a space. Because you can't have one without the other.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, and in layman's terms, I say this a lot. If you put your drink on the table and you go to the restroom, you just created time and space between you and your drink. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
So
yeah.
If you think about the universe in that perspective, general relativity makes a whole lot of sense to you then.
But didn't Einstein?
Go ahead.
But didn't Einstein also, when he came up with this theory of general relativity, once he did all the calculations, he didn't believe what he was getting because it said that the universe must be expanding, and Einstein thought, well, that can't be the case.
But it was static. Yeah, he thought it was
static.
Yeah,
it can't be. So
because that was the leading thought at the time, that the universe was static. So that's, and but that's a great point, Ronald, because he calls that his greatest blunder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he actually fudged the numbers. He stuck a constant in there.
Because he was trying to appease
trying to make it fit.
the people. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, the universe was believed that the universe was static at the time
and eternal, right?
But then it was Edwin Hubble. Well, actually, it was a guy before Hubble, but Hubble was the one that got the visual evidence of the expansion. You know what I'm saying? So that's a great point, though, Ronald. Great point.
I like that, Ronald.
Oh,
see, that's why we got.
And Ronald, you see where even a guy like Einstein, one of the smartest guys we know, can at least admit, like, okay, yeah, that was my blunder. I was wrong on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the guy that everybody
Yeah.
respected. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, nobody looked at him and said, "Hey, you know, this guy, look, Einstein is just some crazy guy. You know, he's making it all up."
Right.
Because he admitted it. He admitted that hey, you know.
But he was a dude just like us, though.
Yeah,
he was a dude just like us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's human. He can get caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a human.
Shit,
he was a, and Dr. Farrar said the same thing, Juju, because you know I'm giving Einstein big ups, and he said, "Now hold up, wait a minute. He was just a man." You know what I'm saying? He made mistakes too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So he brought me down off that horse.
I
you
love
know. So, yeah.
So you got were you finished, Anthony? You got anything else to say before I give this quick readership on the finding of the cosmic microwave background?
Yeah, go ahead, Miss Juju. I'm good. Go ahead.
One more thing. The superpower is in being able to change your mind and go with the evidence. But go ahead. That's the superpower. That's how we able to stay on top as a pseudo-killers, because we able to go where the evidence lead us.
Yeah.
We're going to go with whatever is the right one. But go ahead, Ju.
We don't mind saying we don't know, and we don't mind saying, oh, I messed up. I got that wrong. Here's the correct information. Right. I know I don't. I do it all the time. I do it all the time.
Shit. Hell, I done it twice tonight already, Miss Juju. I don't know. It's worth looking into, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. So what up, Spin Bro? I'm gonna remove your comment, but you're absolutely correct. It's more like, what the heck? Oh my God, look what we got. So this right here is one of the earliest tools or instruments used to detect the cosmic microwave background. So a little readership, and I'm getting this from, where am I getting this from? Then NASA, but this is particular, whatever. The link is in the description box. So yeah, y'all work that out. But this is not propulsionary. Either way, the existence of the cosmic microwave radiation, light, heat, all those things we said are interchangeable, was first predicted by Ralph Alpharin in 1948 in connection with his research on Big Bang nucleosynthesis, which we'll be getting into as one of the subjects for the Big Bang Theory. Don't you worry. Undertaken together with Robert Herman and George Gamow. It was first observed inadvertently in 1965 by Amo Penzias and Robert Wilson at the Bell Telephone Laboratories. This is what we're talking about, y'all. It was the Bell Telephone Laboratories in Murray Hill, New Jersey. The radiation was acting as a source of excess noise, the white noise, remember when we said, in a radio receiver they were building. Coincidentally, researchers at a nearby Princeton University, led by Robert Dickey, and including David Wilkerson of the Wilkerson, the WMAP science team, were devising an experiment to find the CMB. When they heard about the Bell Labs results, they immediately realized that the CMB had been found. The result was a pair of papers in the Astrophysics Journal, volume 142 of 1965, one by Penzias and Wilson, detailing the observations, and one by Dickey, what is that? Pebbles, Roll, and Wilkerson, giving the cosmological interpretation. Penzias and Wilson share the 1978 Nobel Prize, 1978 Nobel Prize in Physics for their discovery. So dang, that was like a little race. So I'm gonna go back to this real quick. I'm gonna start and then I'm gonna go back to this. So this here is like the first instrument that was used for that. Okay. This is the Holmdel horn antenna on which Penzias and Wilson discovered the cosmic microwave background. The antenna was constructed in 1959 to support Project Echo, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration's NASA passive communications satellite, which used large Earth orbiting aluminized plastic balloons as reflectors to bounce. Let me get more. Let me do it. Dang, got lost in it. I hate when it does it, but as reflectors, like I'm not gonna guess, but I want to say the bounce. What? No, what is it? Sound waves that are bouncing. When I find it, I'll give it to y'all. But that's that's the first one of the first instruments used. And the reason why I had the first picture. Sorry, dang, I can't find it. The reason why I had the first picture, which was I'm not gonna be able to find it now. The one with the 3 pictures of the cosmic microwave background was to show everyone the evolution of science. Okay, that is the sheer evolution of science. I'm gonna go back to this one. So, I just changed it for you. There you go. That's the first. This is the first instrument, and then this is. Can you see that? I'm not doing it right. I always mess that up. This is the second picture to show you the difference in that was the first one I showed you. Kobe was the second one. The W map, I believe, was the third one, and Planck was the last one. But do you see how the results got better when the science and the technology got better? And now, because I can't ever, like, I'll mess it up horrendously. So the Kobe is the Cosmic Background Explorer, also referred to as Explorer 66, was a NASA satellite dedicated to cosmology, which operated from 1989 to 1993. Its goals were to investigate the cosmic microwave background radiation of the universe and provide measurements. There's some more, but I left it for y'all so y'all can go read about it. And the Wilkerson, this was the Wilkerson microwave anisotropy probe. Remember we talked about anisotropy? Originally known as the microwave anisotropy probe, was a NASA spacecraft operating 2001 to 2010, which measured temperature differences across the sky in the cosmic microwave background. Again, the progression in the technology. And of course, we know now that the Planck is the latest instrument used, and that one is basically hosted by the European Space Agency, the Planck. The Planck was a space observatory operated by the European Space Agency from 2009 to 2013. It was an ambitious project that aimed to map the anisotropies of the cosmic microwave background at microwave and infrared frequencies. I didn't mean to do that. With high sensitivity and angular resolution. That was the Planck was for. So again, the I try to double picture it, so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So I can keep the picture up and read from another, but I just screwed all that up. But yeah, this is showing you the evolution. So from the first picture I showed you to Kobe the second, to WMAP the third, and Planck the fourth, and you see the results. The first one we didn't even have a picture. I think it just detected sound and some other things concerning the cosmic microwave background. Then Kobe, you can get somewhat of a visual, right? And you can see in the left-hand corner, you can see a little bit of redness coming through, some lighter yellows in the middle, and then a little bit of the what looks like greenish blue coming through. So even by this picture, that doesn't look like much compared to what we have now. this still probably gave scientists a wealth of information that has way more expertise than I do and will ever have. But I know from the picture that they definitely, could read into this, and this definitely gave them some valuable information. Now we have a better picture, and now we have one that looks pretty amazing. So, yeah, that's through serendipity. First became a prediction, and and then it became something that they were searching for. But again, serendipity and the search for it met, right? I think that's pretty fascinating. So,
And you
um,
see, it's verified. The signal was found over time, like you stated. The technology got better, so the information got better, but it's confirmed by 4 different major instruments. And
mhm,
that's one of the reasons why I say you can't get past it. It ain't
right,
no green screen. You know what I'm saying? It's there. You can't get past it. So, whatever your theory is, if you can't incorporate that into it,
yeah, got to give us some
it
evidence.
fails. It fails. You know what I'm saying? Because that has to be accounted for. The CMV is real. It's there. It's been verified. So
Right.
you got to deal with it. You got to deal with it.
Right.
And
This
most of
picture that
all,
I'm go ahead,
and
go
most
ahead.
of all, we can observe it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's there.
That's the biggest point. They say, "Oh, well, you can't see it." No, with the right instrument, you can actually observe this.
What up,
It's
Tay?
there.
Facts. Um, so I feel like give credit where credit's due. And obviously, I mean, I don't read much on him, but I'm speculating he's still alive because they have a picture. And this is Robert Wilson, who discovered the cosmic microwave background radiation in 1964, along with Arno Penzias, putting the Big Bang theory on solid footing. Wilson and Penzias won the 1978 Nobel Prize in physics for the find. They shared the award with Soviet scientists um Piotr, I'm gonna mess it up, but they share the award with the Soviet scientists. And then that's another thing. In one of these sources where I read, so it wasn't just the United States, it wasn't just the European Space Agency, but also Russia was involved in it. They had some space equipment, a probe, uh, a, I'm not sure what it was. I can't remember, but I know it's in one of these sources. But they had an instrument towards the cosmic microwave background. Not only that, we have instruments that are in the South Pole. Darn, I wish I can find that source. We also have instruments that are in Chile um, that are being used as we speak to study, map out, take measurements, gather information concerning the cosmic microwave background. I think that's pretty awesome. And one more thing with that. So from what we do know, the final information we've gotten from the cosmic microwave background, let me double check this date. Yeah, this is 2022, was back in 2018. So that gives you some idea of how long it takes not only to collect the data, but also interpret the data and to make it into a paper to submit to the agency. Well, what is it? The Astrophysics Journal. So 2018 and it's 2004. And I'm sure
Can
in
I
another,
step in real quick, Miss
yeah,
Juju,
go
real
ahead.
quick? See, this is another aspect of science. See, what Miss Juju just gave you is some great career choices for some younger people.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying? The pseudo can't do that. He the only one that prospers. You know what I'm talking about? The
mhm.
That's
pseudo is the
facts.
only one that prospers. He's the only one that prospers. But here, you're getting ideas and thoughts on things you can put your children, get your children involved in, and they can have a great career answering questions. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate that, Miss Juju. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I
No,
had to say that.
no, I love the points. Like, anybody got anything? I'm gonna just keep giving information, talking, because I'm learning in real time, and it's important. And the cosmic microwave background is important. This photo here, and yeah, the whole point of the show. Remember, I used to read my little speech at the beginning, because we wanted to be a place to provide access to information, whether it had to be with learning, understanding, or perhaps, eventually finding a career. This is how you do it. That's why I always say, when we post things like the Natural Association for Black Physicists, and things like that, I'm always telling you to look into these different organizations. And I have one for you when I give you my scientists of today, because usually these organizations have scholarships. If you are, or if your child, or you, um, if you're in school, some scholarships have stipulations, but if you're planning to pursue a degree in some of these concentrations, these organizations have scholarships that you can apply for. And that's another good way to seek out scholarships. I know it's a stressful thing, especially, in high school, trying to figure out how do you, I mean, you literally can take a class, or what is it, a seminar. They're like virtual seminars and different things like that. It was like a information piece on how to go about getting scholarships. So I'm trying to share with you what I went through, and what I know for a fact is a way to, open the door to some financial aid that are not loans, for you or your children, or anyone that's trying to pursue a career in a STEM based field. So, that's why I didn't say today, but this is Space Age African School pretty much every time we do a show. But take notes, and take some of this information. It's useful. The picture I have up here is the picture I use as a thumbnail, and I thought it was pretty interesting. This came from the Planck. This came from the Planck website of the European Space Agency. And really quick, this image shows the all sky maps recorded by Planck at 9 frequencies during its first 15.5 months of observation. They were collected using the 2 instruments on board the Planck, the low frequency instrument, which probes the frequency bands between 30 and 70 gigahertz, and the high frequency instrument, which probes the frequency bands between 100 and 857 gigahertz. The cosmic microwave background is most evident in the frequency bands between 70 and 217 gigahertz. Observations at the lowest frequencies are affected by foreground radio emissions from the interstellar material in the Milky Way, which is mostly due to cyclotron radiation emitted by electrons that spiral along the lines of the galactic magnetic field, but also compromise Bremsstrahlung radiation emitted by electrons that are slowed down in the presence of protons, as well as emissions from spinning dust grains and that's a period, as well as emissions from spinning dust grains. Observations at the highest frequencies are affected by foreground emissions from interstellar dust in the Milky Way. The combination of data collected at all of the Planck's 9 frequencies is crucial to achieve an optimal reconstruction of the foreground signals in order to subtract them and reveal the underlying cosmic microwave background. So that just gives an insight to the process. It also tells you some I'm not going to say dilemmas because they know what they are, but some of the things that might affect the data, but they're aware of this, so they have to subtract it from the data in order to give you a proper reading. And so I thought this was interesting because, you know, it's not one thing they're doing, it's many different things they're doing to give to come to accurate information on this one particular cosmological what was that word that Gary gave me? Principle, cosmological principle, the cosmic microwave background. Okay.
And excuse me, Miss Juju, but
It wouldn't be a
that is the
cosmological.
importance.
What? Go ahead.
That is the importance, or the importance of science is to check, recheck, and recheck again, which is something else the pseudos don't do.
Right, right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? And
Facts.
checking your work and checking it again and then rechecking it brings integrity. You know what I'm saying?
right. Mm-hmm.
It's that's where the integrity comes in, because if you can't be honest with yourself, I know damn well you're not gonna be honest with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what the scammers do. You know,
Yeah.
they'll
Hey, hey,
omit information. You know what I'm saying? They'll take what they think you don't understand and tell you what it is.
Mm-hmm.
When and if you're bold enough to look it up, then you can never find what they say. So that's the key. check yourself, check yourself again, and then recheck yourself before you talking about overturning an expert,
hey,
because this is what they do all day long. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
and another thing that's good about it, they got to go amongst their peers after they check their work and they did all the work that they supposed to do. They have to
Mm-hmm.
go
Yep.
amongst their peers because their peers ain't gonna have no mercy on them. You know what I
None.
mean? They trying to defeat them when they go in the
Yep.
rooms and they trying to convince them that this is the answer to the problem that we looking at. You know, so that's another thing
Yeah.
that kind of keep them honest. You going amongst some peers that trying to beat you up, and if it stands strong after that, then you got something.
You own to something then. Yeah. Now your consensus can be formed. You know
Yep,
what I'm saying?
yep.
Hey,
But
I have a
if it's just you, man, you
Oh
ain't
yeah,
getting nowhere.
yeah,
You just talking.
yeah.
You know
Hey,
what I'm
look, if
saying?
it's just
So,
you, if it's just you telling you right, then yeah, man, you don't know what kind of biases you might have let slip through. You know what I mean?
That's
dude,
wild.
because what's that saying? You never know what you don't know until you know what you know until you know what I'm saying. You know the
You
saying.
realize what you
You
don't
know what I'm
know.
talking about.
Yeah,
hey, just
yep.
a quick question. So the cosmic microwave background, it started 390,000 years after the Big Bang. Is that radiation going to be forever? I mean, right now it's obviously it's passing through us, or we're sort of enveloped in it. But is it going to last forever? Since that was a singular event, is it going to
Hey, we
last
still
forever?
detecting it. They're
Okay,
still detecting it. You know what I'm
but
saying?
but it
It's
seems
still
eventually it will run
detectable.
out. But it seems like eventually it would stop. Or
Well, that's
am I looking at it
that's one
wrong?
of the theories there, Ronald. That's what they call
Okay.
the it's theorized that
Hmm.
everything is
Talking about
going
the
to
heat death.
dissipate
Talking about
Okay.
the
with the
heat death.
expansion.
Okay.
With it's theorized that everything is going to deteriorate at some point in time with the expansion of the universe, unless
Yeah.
it stops and starts to close back in on itself. So
Mm.
that's the theory.
Okay.
Even us, the matter, the dark energy, the dark matter, everything is gonna dissipate with time due to the expansion. Like I say, now that's the theory. There's no, we don't know, but that's the theory. That's one of them.
Okay.
You have yeah, Gary, the big rip. You also have what they call the big freeze. You know what
The
I'm
big
saying?
freeze. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
With the expansion, everything is going to, the temperature is going to drop so low to where everything is going to, freeze. So there's a lot of different, uh, there's a lot of well, not a lot, but there's a few different theories of how this will happen. But yeah, that's one of them, Ronald. That's one of them.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, boy. Gary Barrick, join us on the panel one day. You feel me? Become a part of the show. What up, Tay? Anybody? Joel, you could join the panel too one day. Don't be scared. Yeah, because I like the interactiveness of the chat. Great questions. Thank you, Ronald. You always bring an awesome perspective and great questions.
Hey, and to Tay, there doesn't have to be a purpose. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start to impose purpose, then you're starting to bring in somebody doing something intentionally, and that's just not the case. We hadn't found that. Well,
Right.
that's what some people think. Some people think is God, but
Right.
we hadn't saw that process there taking place yet. So I'm gonna stick with the observable. That's what I'm gonna stick
Exactly.
with.
That's
you
why.
know.
That's why I always say don't try to confuse science with religion. Religion is
They
absolute.
don't mix.
Science is not. And that's just it. So it's going to be conflicting things if you're trying to do that. Now, you being religious
Mhm.
and being in science, well, I mean, just like most things, not to get into the muddy waters, it's always best to leave your personal things at the door, especially when it comes to science. And even in
Mhm.
professions, like most people aren't like bringing their religion to work, unless you work for Chick-fil-A, but that's another story. So I'm just saying, exactly, Zane. I think we had this. When did we talk about purpose? Did we do that on the show last week?
Nah, that was in the Discord with
Oh
Sunshine.
man, we just had this discussion and it just Zane, you need to get into the SpaceAgeAfrican Discord. We talked about this. We talked about purpose, being a human endeavor, because I mean,
Mhm.
that was Sunchild brung that out, and we spent a moment trying to. God is watching. Y'all be funny, yo. I need to stop watching chat, but how purpose is pretty much a human construct. Like we made that up, just like time.
Mhm.
There is no time
Yeah.
in the universe. Like we can't even keep up with the universe. So our time is not going to work at all.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a human construct, and we spoke on that. We made a couple examples. I think Joel brought up the example, and we were like, yeah, but that only became purpose when a human observed it and said, that's its purpose. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's when I was talking about the collard greens. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
mean, was the collard green put here to sustain human life, or was the collard green here and the human figured out that it would help sustain life? You know what I'm saying? So there's you're getting into really, really muddy waters when you start talking about a purpose in the universe.
Bam.
You know.
Yeah, because so then I'll say that goes back to some of the conversations we had when we were getting into the free will discussion, right? And we had to set parameters for that discussion, because even though me in particular felt a certain type of way, felt like it was straddling the fence between philosophy and science because of some of the evidence to be shown, especially dealing with ACEs and other research that's been done. Um, that's the grounding I was standing on, but I could not go out and say it's scientific, because it's not. It's still a philosophical argument. And so every time we dealt with that subject, we had to make that clear. This is a philosophical discussion. Even though there may be some scientific implications, leading to evidence to said subject as to no free will, it's still an it's still considered a philosophical argument, So you have to set parameters on conversations and not jump out the window. you know. So same thing, you know. Is it religion? Is it philosophy? Is it science? We do that. And purpose and things like that are usually coupled with religious, you know, conversations or religious and philosophical ones. That wouldn't be a scientific thing, you know, purpose. So that's all. Good night, y'all. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. You want to add to that, Kent? We are hitting at the 2-hour mark, so we about to wind it down.
Hey man, I'm glad we're doing a series on this junk, man. It's one of my favorite subjects, like I said. So I do plan to be tuning in and rapping with y'all on it. So yeah, let's get it, man. Let's keep it going, yo.
Let's get it. And that's another thing. So we did change the time to Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. because most of the hosts here work and they have families, and we want to give respect to that, right? Because home is, you know, your family is the most important thing. And PseudoKillas, we try to, you know, keep that balance, right? So that's why we decided 10 o'clock for me and Anthony. But Kent is going to be getting in on the conversation. So at the times that he is going to be on the show will be at 8 o'clock. So just be flexible, like we try to be flexible. So expect our show on Wednesdays between 8 and 10. Okay.
And I hope look, and I appreciate that from y'all too, man. I ain't had to do that. I actually appreciate that.
Yeah. So, you know, just to let you all know, we respect and we love family, and families first, you know. So even with Anthony, you know, we did it 10 because he has a very serious job. All right. And to get home at a certain time, I only have 30 minutes to get situated and do a show. That's not going to work. I want Anthony to be able to get home, maybe take a shower, take a minute for himself, you know, have a bite to eat so he can give you this information. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to respect my, my fellow PKs and respect their family first and foremost. So I'm glad and hope that y'all understand, and thank you for that. But I don't got nothing else to say. I don't got no more pictures. Yeah, I do, but you know, I don't want to bore y'all to death. But yeah, all those sources, everything I showed you are Gary. Ooh, how did I do that? Yo, y'all
Hey,
saw that?
is there a way you can
How did I get the balloons though?
Is there a way you can put
y'all,
those?
how do you wait a minute? I just made balloons.
Crazy.
Go ahead, kid. Yo,
supernatural.
Go ahead, kid.
Is there a way y'all can put the pictures of the stages of the cosmic background radiation like on the YouTube channel? Like just the pictures, I mean? I'm pretty sure there is. I gotta find out how to do that.
I'm confused. What you mean just the pictures like
like say how you know how you can post on YouTube like a regular like a Facebook
oh, like
page.
A post. You want us to do a post?
Yeah, like post the pictures of it. You know what I mean? That's give people that idea, that visual. You know what I mean?
God. Oh yeah.
Cause I had some pretty good visuals tonight. That's all.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, if anybody figure out how to get the balloons back on StreamYard, holla at JuJu. That was so
awesome. Crazy.
I know how to
probably a balloon button, man.
Yeah, I know how to do the hearts, but I don't know how. What was I doing? I was doing this. Okay. Getting balloon wasted. That was so cool. Yo, next week's topic, that's the Anthony question, because I thought it was gonna be on homogeny and isotropy.
Well, that's what we're gonna do next week. Which
are we?
You know, you can, yeah. And the reason why I wanted to do the CMB because they go hand in hand, but you can see the isotropy and the homogeneity on the large scale of the universe through the CMB, which is compared to like a baby picture of the early universe. That's what a lot of people refer to it as. You know, it's like a baby picture. You know what I'm saying? So, and you can see that on the you can see the homogeneity and the isotropy on the largest scales of the universe, and it matches with the CMB. So that's kind of why I switched up a little bit to do the CMB first. And y'all, please help Miss Juju with the balloon.
Y'all don't pay me no mind. I'm reading it.
But
crazy, but like I'm licking blueberries off the window. Don't mess with me, right?
But that you know, that in my opinion is the CMB. You know, it's the earliest picture of the universe that we have, and at the same time, it's showing you the homogeneity and the isotropy that we see on the larger scales of the universe today. It matches up with the CMB. So that's why we're going to get into that next week. And with that, I'm going to say it again. When you're scientifically literate, they can't drag you down to that level and beat you up with experience. I appreciate y'all for tuning in with us. Dang. Make sure you join in Saturday morning. Not really sure what we're going to dive into Saturday morning just yet, but definitely next Wednesday, it'll be the homogeneity and the isotropy. So appreciate y'all. Peace. Have a wonderful evening.
Yeah. Dang.
Good job, guys. Ready. Good job. Great job.
Thank you. We out of here. Yeah. I'm slow, y'all. But good night. Thanks, Kent. Yeah.
Anytime, man.
Agent. Yeah. Look, smart chick dumb. Say she wanna smoke, baby, roll one. Oh, you can't roll, baby, pack one. We gon' keep smoking till the sack done. Oh yeah, hella chronic in my hyperbolic. Time chamber, yeah, I'm feeling brolic like Goku when he fighting Broly. Peppermint green Maserati. When I'm trying to get, I know God got me. God center, yeah, I'm God body. I'm a pothead up in Potter's house. Glasses on, trying to spot a hottie. No Sue, woo, blue Denali. We was 4 deep, me and my crew from college. Running through, boy, I called it Charlie. Gangsta like opponent got it. Up early with the birds. See, I'm really trying to get this thing moving. See, the money playing probably seem Jewish. Got the upper hand, got the theme music. Got the Dapper Dan jean stitch. Dripping water, yeah, seem fluid. You a Kappa can't snitch. Self-esteem foolish, really need improving. Let me show you how to do it. Ain't no carbon copy, ain't no duplicate. I control minds 4 states away. Get the party popping for my crew and fresh out the shower, yeah, pimp coat be my bathrobe. I ain't new to this. Taking flights and catching Uber. Blowing kisses to the stewardess.
Good weed too strong. Got a bad hair too long. You can fly like 2 drones. Never leave the house without the tool on. Need a new coupe with the roof gone. One for me, one for mama, need 2 homes. Never leave the house without the tool on. Never leave the house without the tool on. Yeah, good weed too strong. Got a bad hair too long. Young fly like 2 drones. Never leave the house without the tool on. Need a new coupe with the roof gone. One for me, one for mama, need 2 homes. Never leave the house without the tool on. Never leave the house without the tool on. Yeah, good weed too strong. Got a bad hair too long. Young fly like 2 drones. Never leave the house without the tool on. Haters cut it out like a coupon. I'm on top of the green like I'm a crouton. My young told me get a hand bone. I told him that I'd rather had a cube on. Listen. Hey, it's been a good day, I had to put that ice cube on. Got a bad looking like a cube on. Smoke a big whistle like a cube on. Keep winning, y'all lose on. You know if it's me, it's you, homie. Cross me, I'ma get my Uncle Drew on. You know murder is an art, you get Drew on. Me and Q type get 2 bones. Smoke a whole 56, 2 zones. One for me, one for mama, need 2 homes. Try to stop, get a tombstone. Get ghost just to see what your boo on. More kids in the mouth than a group home. As a kid, all I wanted was a coupe on dubs just to pull it off the lot with the roof gone. Good weed too strong. Got a bad hair too long. Yeah, fly like 2 drones.
Never leave the house without the tool on. Need a new coupe with the roof gone. One for me, one for mama, need 2 homes. Never leave the house without the tool on. Never leave the house without the tool on. Yeah, good weed, too strong. Got a bad, her too long. Yeah, fly like 2 drones. Never leave the house without the tool on. Need a new coupe with the roof gone. One for me, one for mama, need 2 homes. Never leave the house without the tool on. Never leave the house without the tool on. Yeah.
Can you feel it? I can feel it.